everybody. I know I haven't uploaded in a while, but today is a day that is very significant, so I need to upload a video here. Currently it is nearing 8 o'clock central. If I am talking a bit quieter, or, if I am talking a bit quieter, or if I don't feel right, that's because I am sick with a cold. But currently we have flash flood watches across Texas and Oklahoma. Over the past few days, there's been isolated severe weather across the southern plains and into the central plains. Mainly talking about these areas kinda in here. There's also been an area of severe weather across these areas too. But we currently have not really too much going on. Special marine warning for some supercells that are offshore Texas, Louisiana, and flash flood watch. There's your severe risk for today. It covers a very large area. You also do end up having an area for flash flooding as well. Tomorrow, again, a severe risk and flash flooding. Day 3, again, flash flooding. Just coming a common theme at this point. Fronts, look at your map here. Around 0-0, expecting widespread severe weather along that dry line right there. Say about 6Z and into 12Z. Tomorrow, maybe some isolated severe weather across us, or not maybe, there probably will be some isolated severe weather across like central Texas. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, all these days could have severe weather. It's just the question is where right now. Rain over the next 7 days, Oklahoma, Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana. All of them could see 4+ inches. There's even an area of 15 in there right there. You're also going to see potential for 1 to 2 inches across central Illinois as well. Looking at those excessive rain outlooks for the next couple of days, today there's 2 slights, tomorrow there's a large moderate, which could get upgraded to a high risk, and then again, moderate might get upgraded to high. Today, our main focus, we have a moderate risk of severe weather for areas like Abilene and Lubbock, and enhanced for Midland, Abilene, Wichita Falls, Fort Still, Amarillo, and a slight for places like Liberal, Woodward, Oklahoma City Metro, Dallas, Waco, San Antonio, Austin, places like that. We have a 10% tornado risk for Lubbock, Snyder, and La Mesa, Texas, a 5% for areas surrounding that, and then a couple areas of 2%. So we have a large 15 wind. I do think a 30 will be added sometime today. And we have a 45 hatch tail. This would cover the moderate risk areas. There's a large hatched region too. Primary threats for today, a few tornadoes, a few to several tornadoes, maybe one of them, maybe 1 or 2 could go strong, which we might see a 10 hatched upgrade if some boundary funniness happens. It's scattered to numerous damaging wind gusts. Some could be up to 75, and then widespread large hail, very large hail, some up to 4 inches being possible. Here's the 12Z Lubbock sounding, and as you can see here, this is a pretty favorable sounding. I mean, you have a strong cap right here, which is going to preclude any development. You already have good veering in place. You already have not sufficient shear, but the shear's there, and it'll do. Lapse rates are starting to steepen. You have, not too bad, 3 cape. Your thermodynamics for this time of the day, it's 12Z. That sounding was taken at, like, what, 6 a.m.? Or 7 a.m., the thermodynamics at this point are amazing, and they're expected to rise into the 4,000, 5,000 range. Take a look at the Dallas sounding, and again, not really that good. Amarillo's north of the warm front right now, so it's not great. There's Corpus Christi, they can maybe see a strong storm or 2. And Lake Charles is actually going to see a tornado risk this morning with a photograph like this. Very supportive for a few tornadoes, along with these thermodynamics not being absolute garbage. Let's look at mesoscale analysis. We do currently have some convection across the warm sector, but it's early morning. This is expected to clear out. We're likely not going to see any storms until probably mid-afternoon after this stuff clears out. Let's look at the H triple R model. We will look at the 11Z run for today. We'll go to 22C. So HRRR wants to print out multiple supercells across the region, as well as a tornado risk down here with these storms. We take a sounding down in Louisiana. Definitely not something to disregard. High cape, low shear again, like most of this event. For this supercell right here. Not too bad profile there. Lots of cape available. That's going to power your hail risk. End up looking at the surface-based cape crossovers. You can see they're very supportive for severe weather, especially this one right here. Not terrible. There's even a risk of severe storms all the way down like Del Rio. Take a sounding. There's a bit more wind shear down here as well. 3-kilometer host city. It's not too bad, but it's not best. At 0Z, it actually does rise a lot. At this point, we see multiple supercells across the warm sector, so I'll check them off. One in Colorado, one up here, one here, one here, one here, one here, and one here. So that's like several supercells. This is a cluster, mini supercell moment down here. Still going to be favorable. And that's Del Rio. Very favorable profile. Down there. If you take a look in front of the supercell, it's probably going to be decent too. Yeah, not bad, not bad. Let's take a look at some of the other models at this point. So we'll take a look at the HRWs. And these runs are from last night, so they are outdated, but this showed some supercells. The Nizzle. It was going for more of a linear fashion, which is unlikely. That's an outlier. VD33 is probably a fair solution as well. Let's go single image here. Definitely, it looks interesting. Let's look at the wrap, why not, for today. So the wrap, 0Z. So there is a surface, though, that the wrap develops down by Del Rio, and it develops a couple of supercells down there. Favorable profile for severe weather right there. Let's take a look right there. That's a tornado profile and a half right there. Holy crap. And this storm really won't need too much 0 to 1 kilometer shear because it's going to be mostly 0 to 3 rooted. 3 kilometers is pretty nice, and there's a lot of deep layer shear too. This is a really nice sounding for some tornadoes and a very large hail as well, and even damaging wind gusts. Let's look at the EHI parameters. We're going to take a box sounding here across this area and just see what we get. Okay, so we'll take one like down here. Okay, box soundings don't want to load in the wrap today. That's a rip. See it. Does it develop anything down here? We're just going to take a sounding down here for the heck of it. And the wrap doesn't develop anything. The capping isn't too bad, so it might develop something in the next couple of frames. It makes these supercells go better. Not too shabby. Let's see here. Let's look at some of the Storm Prediction Center ensembles, maybe. Or, yeah, we're gonna look at some of the Storm Prediction Center ensemble models and stuff because theirs are actually pretty nice. We're gonna look at the H graph here. We're just gonna look from a national view. So we see there's that jet corridor that actually punches in right around 0Z. We start to see we get some 500 millibar shear to come up in there, and it's not a lot of 500 millibar, but it's enough to get some storm sparked. You see here, this is the area that we have 500 millibar shear, and you got a solid 35 to 50 knots in some areas, which isn't terrible. And it actually does strengthen throughout the night. And Tuesday we have a solid 50 knots. So we got 850 millibar shear, so it definitely increases throughout the day. So the mean at 3Z, anywhere between 20 and 40 knots is pretty common across this area. This is when the tornado risk could get a bit more heightened. And then tomorrow even looks a bit interesting in the mid-afternoon, I will say. Look at the mean surface gate. Taking a bit to load, sorry. Why is this taking so long to load? So right now, let's see here. So around this time, the means were only showing 2,000, and there's 3,000 at Lubbock. So that's very interesting. Right around 22Z, we see a widespread 2,000 to 4,000 cape across the area to watch today. The max is showing anywhere between 3,000 and 5,000. The minimum is showing anywhere between 1,000 and 3,000. So what we'll likely end up with is somewhere between 2,000 and 4,000 joules per kilogram of cape out there. Let's look at your mean 0 to 3 kilometer SRH. So right around prime time here, 150 to 250 is likely the range we'll see. I wouldn't be surprised to see a bit higher. I wouldn't be surprised to see a bit lower. We'll look at the mean significant tornado parameter just to see what it shows. Don't go off of this 100%. This is a mean, so it might be a bit better than regular SIGTOR. So we have values between 1 and 3. Let's see here, storm attributes. Interesting. So that's an interesting look. We're going to look at the GEFS and like the medium range, and then I think we're going to stop for this video because I'm really trying to focus on today's severe risk. Well, look at the mean superstorm composite. So this is what it shows for today. And tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And this is getting into La La Land, so it's going to get a bit more uncertain. Let's look at the 500 millbar jet here. So, yep, it shows the 500 millbar jet kind of breaking off. And then we get a new 500 millbar jet system. This is going to promote severe risk across the plains, and then it's La La Land from there. That will do it for this video, though. If you're on the path of these severe storms today, make sure you are prepared and you have a plan. If not, well, thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.